What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the JTW Sports Show. Here with TJ and Jimmy once again. You know how we roll. We got a lot to talk about. Last time we talked, the title of our video was "Are the Bucks Done?" I mean, they were down 0-2. It was, not looking good for them. They got, they were getting handled pretty easily. And fast forward to a week later, they're up 3-2. Just what do y'all think? What have y'all seen so far?
It's been fun. It's been an interesting series. At first, everyone's like, you know what, Suns and four, Suns and four. I know TJ's been saying that a ton, but it definitely looked that way. It definitely looked like the Suns had the upper hand, pretty much all the way through it. But um, just like Kenny Beecham says, the series ain't over. Like the whole series isn't over until a team loses at home, and that's exactly what happened in Game 5. The Suns were a home team, and the Bucks came in. The Suns were kind of destroying them at first. They were up like 32-16, double their score in the first quarter, and they looked pretty dominant. And until Giannis and the Bucks just started a run, kept it going. It got super interesting late game, and I know we'll talk about the ending of the game, coming up pretty soon. But hey, it was a fun game, really enjoyable to watch.
And that Will's a wizard and predicted
Yeah, yeah.
early
We'll talk about
yesterday
that.
Bucks are going to win by 4, and
They
lo and
did. They
behold,
did. I didn't even realize it until y'all said something after the game.
That was pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
I just had a feeling it was going to be a close game, but I knew the Bucks. I had a feeling the Bucks were going to pull it out. From what I saw last night, the Bucks, they're just playing. They're playing different now. The first couple games, I think Giannis is still trying to come back from his injury. Obviously, game 1 he only had 20 points. Game 2 he put up 40, but it wasn't. The rest of the team played terrible. Game 3, as we predicted, Chris Middleton went off.
yeah,
He did what we told him to do. He finally took his first free throws of the series, and
He
what
was
happened?
listening.
They won the game. Game 4, they played pretty good game 4. I thought both teams in game 4 kind of didn't play as good as they had been the last couple games. And then last night's game 5, the Bucks, as much as people want to say like, the Chris Paul's not playing good, all this stuff, the reason the Bucks are winning is because of Drew Holiday
that's
and his defense.
Yes.
And his defense.
He finally showed up, man. He had the Drew Holiday game that they needed.
Well, I'm not even talking about his offense. I'm talking about his defense.
Yeah,
The reason they've been winning is because the first couple games, he wasn't guarding. He was guarding Chris Paul, but he wasn't. I don't know. It's just something. It's like something clicked. He was like, "Dude, I got to step up." And last 2 games, Chris Paul has played terrible.
yes,
I don't know. I mean, Devin Booker. He's going to get his. He's a great scorer. He's going to get
42
his.
in game 4,
Yeah.
and it showed he had 42 in game 4, and the rest of the starters had 38 combined
Yeah.
in game 4.
But back to Drew Holiday's defense, Devin Booker was going off in the first half. What'd they do? Come out in the third quarter, put Drew Holiday on him. I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure he didn't score that much in the third quarter. I mean, that you could tell that he was the reason that they won that game. And obviously he had 30 points. I don't know how many he ended with.
Yeah, well, Devin Booker actually he finished with 40, but
Yeah.
most
No, I'm
of
talking
that
about
was
Drew
from-
Holiday.
Oh,
Drew Holiday.
Drew, I think he had 27, I believe. 27 and 13. 13 assists. Finally had. You talk about his great defensive play, but this is the first time that the 3 of them have had plus 25 points
Yeah.
or 25 plus points each, and it's amazing to watch. Finally, the Bucks. They went to the offseason saying we need to trade Bledsoe and get Giannis some help so he stays. Not necessarily so that he wins the championship, but so he stays. And
Yeah.
Drew Holiday is the perfect piece. Fits their offense, fits their defense perfectly. I don't know what y'all think, but personally, I think Drew Holiday, if not number 1, is a top 3 defensive point guard in the league. I think he's number 1 personally, and he definitely showed that last night. The late game, final little, oh my gosh, it was. A lot of people are going to say it's a foul, but finally the refs are letting them play.
No, that wasn't a
And
foul.
I didn't think it was a foul, but I was looking all through NBA Twitter last night, and they're all, "Oh man, that was a foul. That was a foul." And if you're anything but a Bucks fan, you're gonna say it's a foul.
Yeah.
But nah, it was not a foul. Clean swipe, got it through the oop to Giannis, and that's gonna be on some kids' posters for the next few years.
And what's crazy is that last December, everyone was already. I mean, think about it. Once the bubble ended, the question was, "Where's Giannis going next?"
Yeah.
I personally, I didn't think he'd be with the Bucks this season, and then now look where he is, finals. And like you said, he got the help that he needed. But I'm just waiting until next year when Giannis will get some offensive fouls. Yeah.
I saw a thing.
Offensive fouls. Dude, are you talking about the rule change?
Yes.
TJ.
Didn't see it last night, but in game one, he had one where he threw his shoulder right into it, and they called a foul.
Dude, big people, they officiate big men different in basketball, and it's wrong. It's wrong. And yeah, but the whole rule about changing where if defenders or the offensive players jumping into the defender, that should change because that is not a foul. Happened last night. Cam Payne's dribbling down the court, stops in front of Giannis.
Yep.
Giannis runs into him, and it's a foul on Giannis. Giannis is just running down the court trying to get back on defense, and Cam Payne just stops. So how is that Giannis's fault? That's not Giannis's fault.
There's one little thing that I saw on Twitter, and it was like Monty Williams, and he was like complaining. He was kind of like, well, we only had 17 free throws as a team, and Giannis had 16 by himself. Come on, that's crazy efficient.
That was game
But
3.
if you watch the fouls, once he gets the ball in the paint, they are hacking at him, smacking his arms. Dude, they're fouling him. And that's what's crazy is like people say, oh, Giannis is getting to the line too quick. He's drawing too many off. He's doing what he's got to do.
He gets to the line
every
quick.
time he touches the ball. I don't think it's obviously once they change those offensive fouls, say like the Trae Youngs, the James Hardens, and all of them have been,
and I do agree with it's the unnatural motion that they're doing. Like I do agree, like there needed to be a rule change. But at the same time, like you just said, well, they do officiate big men differently, and it's one of those. Not all of them. I feel like there's going to be a lot of offensive fouls next year in the paint on a bunch that shouldn't be.
Probably. Thing I wanted to point out about last night's game: both teams played great. Like, the Suns shot 55% and 68% from three, 13 of 19. The Bucks shot 57% and 50%, 14 of 28 from three. Both teams, that was probably the best played game by both teams in the same game. And I mean, the Bucks shot 9 for 17 on free throws, and 11 of them were Giannis. But
I love the counting that the Suns fans were doing every time he got to the line. It may not have affected him. Who knows? I just think it's hilarious to begin with.
You see the guy
counting money.
They said on Twitter, they were like, yeah, he's going to get robbed at the concession stand.
Probably.
But I was going to point out, so I was on Twitter, and people were talking about who deserves finals MVP. And I feel like for both teams, if there's whoever wins, there's an obvious winner. If the Suns win, it's going to be Devin Booker. If the Bucks win, it's going to be Giannis. I don't understand how somebody averaging in the finals 32, 13, and 5, along with a 1 steal and 1 block, shooting 63% true shooting, doesn't deserve finals MVP if his team wins after being down 0-2.
I think that a lot of the people that are saying that are thinking of like the Suns. If the Suns win, are they going to give it to Chris Paul or Devin Booker?
No, it's Devin Booker. It's Devin Booker.
I 100% agree with you.
2 40-point games. Chris Paul's played like shit this series, and that's part of the reason why they've lost the last 3 games is because he's played like shit.
I just think people are going to think it's like more of an NBA's type thing to give it to Chris Paul to secure his legacy and stuff, which I think that's kind of like the NBA does do that to a certain extent. But in this type of situation, nah.
I would say the NBA doesn't do that because if that was the case, they would have gave one to Steph.
All right.
Over Andre Iguodala.
But the person who Andre Iguodala completely shut down is the greatest name, arguably, in NBA history.
But Andre Iguodala, if you actually look at the stats from that series, Steph averaged like 26, 6, and 8. Like, he deserved the finals MVP over Iguodala. LeBron was still scoring 30 points a game. Obviously, he was shooting like 38%.
Because Iguodala. And that's
how you
why,
know about it.
game on the line, I want Iguodala, baby. Come on.
All right, Max. But what I wanted to point out was, with the Finals MVP, if Giannis wins the Finals MVP, if they win the championship, he will be a 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 4-time All-Defense, 2-time MVP, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. He'll have 1 ring. He'll have a Finals MVP, and he's also have a Most Improved Player, and he's 26 years old. But he still sucks because he has no basketball skill, right? According to everybody that's not a Giannis fan, he has no basketball skill. Even me, as a Giannis fan, knows that he's not gonna dribble down the court, crossover, pull up mid range, pull up from
But like
30.
he low-key has been.
But
People say Giannis has no bag, but I don't give a damn what kind of bag he has.
I
when
don't
he's
care.
putting up these stats. When
Exactly.
he's the third person in NBA history to have back-to-back 40-point double-double games.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. In the
Also, it doesn't matter how you get
the
the
finals.
points as long as you get the points.
That's my
mean-
thing. Who cares what he does as long as they win, which is the ultimate goal of a team
Of a game
of a game. I mean, sports is the ultimate goal is to win. That's why
by any means necessary. So I
That's
mean,
why people have Jordan over LeBron, because the ultimate goal is to win.
well, yeah, everyone has Jordan over LeBron. His Space Jam movie was better.
I haven't watched the new one. One of my friends told me he watched halfway and he had to stop because it wasn't good. And I even said the other day, I was like, dude, does this Space Jam movie look corny to y'all? And they're like, oh, you're only saying that because you're a LeBron hater. I'm like, no, I've just seen the previews and like it just looks corny compared to the other one.
Yeah.
And then of course,
hey, look, let's be honest though. We're all still gonna see it.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna
pay
watch
to
it.
see it.
Hold on, let's be honest. Professional athletes aren't good actors. Like,
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, even Jordan in the original Space Jam wasn't that great of an actor.
no.
It's just the movie itself was a lot better.
Yeah, but like when I see the previews for this new one, I'm like, dude, this is like too like futuristic, like it's too out there. It's
They also got so many big names in the movie. It's like that's not what the original Space Jam did. You
no,
know?
they were just trying to sell the movie off of the name Space Jam and the stars in it. They weren't actually trying to make the movie, and I feel like that's different than how it used to be. But it's a movie. I mean, he's still gonna make so much. You know how much money they're gonna make off that? Like, it doesn't really matter. All the guys that are in it, Klay Thompson, AD. Apparently,
Man,
Dave. Apparently, I think Dave should. Yeah. Jimmy. Yeah.
Don Cheadle's in it.
I think Dave Chappelle was in it, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that on Twitter. And they
Don
said
Cheadle.
he was like the best part of it or something. I don't know. I
It's,
could be wrong.
it's I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. But so it's 3-2 Bucks. I know our predictions have changed throughout the series just because, it's been a crazy series, but I really do think the Bucks are going to close out at home. They play better at home. Giannis shoots better free throws at home. He's actually looked it up last night. On the season, he shoots 72 at home and 65 on the road.
Wow.
And in the playoffs, he shoots 63 at home and 52 on the road from free throw.
Wow.
So
It's like counting, dude. I'm telling you.
no,
It's
seriously. So, I mean, that's a pretty significant difference. Hopefully Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton both show up.
I personally want to see a game 7 just
Yeah.
because, I feel like it's going to be an electric game 7. Game
Yeah.
6 can go one of two ways. Either the Suns are going to lay down and just go ahead and accept that they've lost this final, or that they're going to play the best that they've played probably the entire playoffs. Because think about it. The entire playoffs, they haven't been down 3-2, have they?
No, I think they were down 2-1 to the Lakers.
And then they ended up winning 4-2. That's what I'm saying. They haven't been down like this to where I feel like this is where they're going to have to play. They're going to come out and play the best game that they've played this entire playoffs.
they have been the best road team in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully, as a basketball fan, I want them to win. I wanted to go to Game 7,
Yeah.
but I want to see Giannis win though.
I mean, this is the first time they've lost 3 straight games since January. So, I mean, they're probably down on themselves right now. So, they better come out and play. If not, they'll get run off the court. especially with Milwaukee at home.
Well, the thing is, if they do lose Game 6, is Chris Paul's legacy destroyed in a sense, like everyone's making it out to be if he loses this final? Everyone's I've seen where they're saying that this is Chris Paul's legacy right now is on the line.
I don't think so, because even if he wins this final, I don't think that lifted. Even if he would have won this, I don't think that would have lifted him much higher than he is, because his 16 years and he finally got to his first finals. So if he wins it, all right, that's cool. Magic still has 5, Steph still has 3, Isaiah Thomas has 2.
And I think Steph will still. I think Steph will win a couple more too. I think he'll win at least one more.
Steph still has a chance to win more, but I'm just saying, like,
Maybe.
Yeah,
Chris Paul.
Hey, that could be something that we discuss in another video too. We could go straight into depth with just Chris Paul.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, from a legacy standpoint, yeah, I want to see him win. He's one of the all-time greats. He's a person that we watched growing up. One of the best players in our generation.
Yeah.
And like, I want to see him be rewarded for his greatness, but also we are watching one of the greatest players of all time in the come up. And this is something super special that people don't really understand right now. And people are hating on Giannis because honestly, if the Bucks win the next game 6 at home, people are going to get mad at the Bucks and at Giannis for destroying Chris Paul's legacy. And that's what I hate, because like, dude, people don't understand, like, we are watching greatness. And people can't just respect that. And that's what's crazy. But, hey, that's basketball.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be a good game. It's Tuesday at 9:00. Hopefully after the game, the next day, we'll come out with if the Bucks win, we'll come out with a reaction video and let you know our thoughts on that and how we're going to proceed after the NBA playoffs, because I know we've been talking a lot about the playoffs. Not really much going on in the sports world.
Well, I mean, the only other thing going on right now is Team USA.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not even going to talk about that.
But we'll get more involved with Olympics as they go on, and we'll get through all different kinds of sports and different kind of activities for the Olympics. But right now, our big focus is games on the line.
We have a week left of the finals, and then
week left of the NBA season, and then
Olympics. But then after the Olympics, we're back in football.
We definitely got a lot more stuff planned for this next couple weeks. Like, don't think we don't have anything planned just because there's only a week left of basketball. But we got some banger content coming out soon. So make sure you tune in, like and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you receive our notifications for all of our videos, so you can watch them and just join us on this ride, man, as we grow together. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. Anybody on Spotify and Apple Music. But this has been a fun one, and the next one's coming out pretty soon.
All right.
See you guys next one.
See you guys later.
See ya.